Hi, I'm Michael Joseph, and this is our rewind to the 2014 Atlantic City DJ Expo Part 1 entitled The Big.
Yo! Here we go!
Each year, a few thousand DJs get together at the Trump Taj Mahal for the DJ Expo. It is an endless amount of DJ things, DJ products, DJ seminars, DJ displays, lighting, sound, everything you can imagine that you'd ever want to see or talk about in the DJ world. We're going to do a rewind of everything we saw at the DJ Expo, kind of the stuff that stuck out to us. This is the first show entitled The Big, and it's all about the big news, the big products that came out, and there was some really, really great ones this year. The four that we're going to cover are the brand new Pioneer DDJ SX2, the Numark NV, two products by Aai, the AMX and the AFX, and something that wasn't exactly new, but it was the first time I got to get a hands-on demonstration of it, is the Reloop RP8000. The first product we're going to talk about is the brand new Pioneer DDJ SX2. But before we talk about the product, I want to talk about the Pioneer booth. Of all the booths at this year's Expo, the Pioneer booth was the craziest. People were trying to get in every single corner to get their hands on the Pioneer products, and they had a lot of great products this year. The SX2 was the hottest talked about thing in the Pioneer booth. Hot on the heels of Serato's expansion pack, the updated Pioneer DDJ SX2 boasts a dedicated flip mode button for the all-new Serato Flip that is part of Serato's 1.7 coming out in the fall. It fully supports Serato DJ DBS function and can even be used as a standalone 4-channel mixer. Its measurements are approximately 26 by 14 by 3, weighs in at about 13 pounds. It has 2 RCA inputs, 2 line phono inputs, 2 mic inputs, including the 1/4 inch XLR combo, and XLR and RCA outs. The DDJ SX2 is earmarked for shipment sometime in October with a very similar price to the SX1, but pre-orders are going very fast from what I understand. My thoughts on this controller. It's a great controller. Why? Because the SX1 was a great controller and they added flip mode. It's very responsive. Everybody I was talked to just absolutely loved it. It is slightly larger than what I would call a mid-size controller, but still it's absolutely great. All the great pads, everything about it, I think is a great product. If you liked any of their other products, you're going to love this one, and especially if you're a Serato user, you're going to really love it. Next up was probably the most talked about product at the entire Expo, the Numark NV. Now, having press privileges is really cool, but this year was no exception, and when I got into the showroom floor a little bit early, I got a chance to go over to the NV and kind of mess around with it, and one of the employees walked up to me and said, "You are one of the first people, aside from Numark employees, to get their hands on it." And this picture kind of explains how excited I was at that point. Yes, I was very excited, and for good reason. This is an incredible product. I was really impressed by it in a lot of different ways. Its measurements are only 21 by 13 by 2, and it only weighs 7 pounds, but does not feel cheap. It is a full 4-channel controller with 2 integrated full-color displays. It has touch-sensitive EQ knobs and faders, and 16 velocity-sensitive RGB backlit trigger pads with 10 different pad modes. My thoughts on this product. It's a great product. You may think because it weighs 7 pounds it's going to feel cheap, but it doesn't. It really feels good. The thinness of it, the way it's put together, where everything's at, is really great. I was very impressed by it. It is that mid-size controller that's in between all the bigger ones and all the little tiny ones. Still gives you a good amount of real estate to work with, but isn't too big. Can be thrown in a backpack and taken places. And it is so versatile, the different things it can do. And especially if you're a Serato user, now you get to use these controllers. In fact, that Serato is the only one of the softwares that will allow it to work with those dual screens. So you guys get a one-off on that one for sure. They say this thing's going to run about $600. Pre-orders are in, and from what I heard, they're almost maxed out on their pre-orders already, and it's still in production. So if you want one of the brand new Numark NVs, you're going to have to get your order in now. And trust me, you will not be disappointed. My next product is actually 2 products put out by Aai, the AMX and the AFX. The AMX is a highly compact 2-channel digital mixer, very similar in look to the Tractor Control Z1, but the AMX is a full audio interface that is fully compatible with the new Serato DJ expansion pack, not to mention the built-in mini Inno fader with curve control. Be clear that this is a controller and not a full-blown mixer. You will still need to run Serato DJ. One of the cool things about this is that it has 9 touch active knobs, powered by a single USB connection, and is ready right now to run Serato Flip. The AFX is a pocket-sized subcontroller much like Pioneer's SP1, but half the size. With an array of capacitive knobs and the beloved Aai trigger pads, this is a controller that will soon show its ease and usability for a multitude of scenarios. Like the AMX, it is Serato Flip capable, 4-deck control, USB powered, 9 touch-sensitive knobs, 8 velocity-sensitive backlit pads. These units will be available later this fall, $199 for the AFX and $249 for the AMX. My thoughts on these: they're not for everybody, but they're really cool for their size and portability and power. You just can't beat that if you like that digital size, and the fact that with the stuff that is coming out with the Serato 1.7 in the fall and flip mode and all the stuff that is built into these intended for that, you guys are going to love this. If you're a Serato fan and love the smaller type things, and whether it be an add-on or a straight up mixer use, it's going to be good. You guys are going to like this. And our fourth and final product that I want to look at from this year's 2014 DJ Expo, it's not a new product, but it was the first time that I got a chance to get my hands on it, and I really liked what I saw. The Reloop RP8000, simply put, is a combination of classic analog turntable with modern digital features built right in. It is a quartz-driven, direct drive turntable, covering everything from 33 1/3, 45, and yes, even 78 RPM modes. Adjustable torque and adjustable start-stop times, 4 performance modes, 8 trigger pads with hot cues or cue point drumming. The weight is just over 21 pounds in comparison to the Technique MK2, which is 26.5 pounds, and dimensions are 18 by 14 by 5. My thoughts on this product: when it came out, I said finally. I was so happy to see the fact that there was a built-in from the start integration of the digital stuff with the turntables, because the people who like to use them, but the fact that they wanted to use certain other things, with the add-ons like the dicers, this is built in. Everything's set in digital, and I think it's done really well. And in fact, it's going to be one of the products that I review in the future. And I'm happy that I got a chance to work with it and talk to some of the guys there at the booth. And it was worth looking at. It was really good. So if you want to look into more of this, stay tuned. I'll be doing more product reviews on this in the very near future. And that covers all our products for our first part, entitled The Big Rewind Review of everything at the DJ Expo 2014 in Atlantic City. Be sure to stay tuned for parts 2 and 3, called The Bright, covering lighting and all kinds of cool stuff like that, and The Bold. And I'm not even going to tell you what was in The Bold, because The Bold is crazy. So stay tuned. Until next time, this is DJ Michael Joseph saying take care and God bless.